Hey everybody, it's Jasmine. So today I want to start off this video a little bit different as opposed to me being full glam, because today I want to do a full face of makeup revolution. I've been using a lot of these products off camera, and I've also have some assortments here that are more new to me. I did try out the brand new Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer and some more of their newer launches, so I do want to do my review in this video as opposed to just a first impressions. And of course, if I don't have everything from Makeup Revolution, I will find alternatives. So if you guys saw my last full face of first impressions, I did tell you guys I am on the Makeup Revolution PR list, which has been a freaking dream. They sent me so many amazing things, and I have just gotten the pleasure to just trying out all the things that I've been wanting. And so they gave me the Hydra Matte Primer. Now this is a very lightweight hydrating primer. It's meant to hydrate the skin, but also when it dries down, it's supposed to also mattify you. So essentially you're getting a two-in-one product. Genuinely, with my use through this product, I feel like it is more of a hydrating primer to me. It doesn't feel like a super mattifying primer. It's kind of similar to the Catrice Keep Me Matte, but with a little bit more hydration in it. I believe it does claim to have hyaluronic acid in it. I actually lied. It says collagen and antioxidant, so it's just going to feed your face with some really good nutrients, and it's going to plump the appearance of your face. So as you can see, I do look a lot more hydrated now. And they also sent me the Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer. I have a lot to say about this, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply. So for the foundation, I have 9.5. This shade range, you get 50 shades. However, I cannot find my shade. I have gone through 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5. None of them match me, and the 0.5 is their golden shades, and I believe everything else ranges from like cool to neutral, and that is not me. You guys know I cannot wear a neutral foundation. It has to either be golden or olive. I did upload a full face of Makeup Revolution about 8 months ago, and I did use, I think, shade 8.5, and that one was way too light. 9.5 is a little too orange, so it matches kind of my hand, but on my face it oxidizes a little and it gets a little dark on me, so I really don't know what's up. So when I have been applying this foundation, I've been applying it mostly in the perimeter of my face, and then I'll mostly do it on the forehead area. The main difference between the Conceal and Hydrate and the Conceal and Define foundation is that this one actually has a pump, so it's actually a little bit more sanitary. I do like that about it, and I like the way it feels on the skin a little bit better, but this will crease. Just like the Conceal and Define, this will crease. I have tried everything from baking to using other primers, pore filling primers, and no matter what I do, it will still continue to crease, and it mostly creases under my eyes and especially in my nose and smile line area. I noticed that right in the nose area it starts to bunch up, and honestly it's not my favorite foundation, but does it feel lovely on the skin? 100%. It feels so good on the skin, but I just feel like I have a lot of issues with finding my shade, as well as just, you know, making it really work out for me. And as you could see, this top part of my face is a lot more orange than my neck. So what I do is I take the concealer, and I have 5.7, and this is more on like the olivey tone. It is really light, but don't judge me, because this is literally what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I have been applying it like this on my jaw, and then I blend it up, and then it kind of just fades and then blends all together. So that was just my trick on making this match, and actually trying to learn how this foundation and concealer formula works on my skin is just doing it like this. The coverage on this is definitely a medium, and I don't think it's that much buildable either. I think once you apply it, that's it. That's the coverage that you get, and I feel like that was the same with the Conceal and Define. I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, it's Tarte Shape Tape dupe, it's super full coverage. I just maybe I was just weird, but I've gone through 2 bottles of the Conceal and Define, and it was not full coverage. It was definitely a medium coverage, and it was a concealer I specifically used for school and work when I didn't want to have to, you know, use a full beat. Like, I didn't want to use anything full coverage. So that's my opinion on the complexion as far as Makeup Revolution is concerned. It's not really my absolute favorite at the moment. There hasn't really been anything groundbreaking for me yet, especially in the foundation, concealer, and primer area. So I'm just going to continue to blend and make this not look scary because it's starting to kind of get a little crazy, a little wild. By the way, I'm also using natural lighting, so there is a lot of shade up on the forehead area, but so far you can see that it is starting to look a lot more like my skin, and it is matching my neck a little bit better. So being able to blend more of the concealer 5.7 with a little bit of the foundation 9.5 makes the jaw look a lot better. But in all honesty, sometimes I don't want to mix my foundation. Sometimes I just want to apply it and leave the house. So, you know, being that this is affordable, I still don't know how I feel about not being able to find my shade, because there's 50. There's 50 shades, and I just feel like there's a huge jump between 8.5 and then 9.5. This foundation is a foundation you have to set. Like I said, I know I've been applying powders on top and it still does crease, but it doesn't crease as bad as, you know, just leaving the house with just plain foundation on your skin. So today I will be layering my powders. I have 2 of their newer powders. I have their Bacon Blot in the shade Banana, and then I also have their brand new loose setting powder, and I have medium yellow. I'm first going to take the Bacon Blot, and I'm going to use this as a light layer underneath the loose powder, just because I feel like it makes the skin look a lot smoother, surprisingly. Even though you are layering powders, you don't actually look dry when you do this. I'm going to do a little bit on the forehead area as well. Now, a little bit about the loose powder. You get a sufficient amount of space between the actual powder and the mirror here. This entire rose gold area is the amount of space you get, plus a little bit more from the actual sifter. So when you open this, you get a lot of powder fallout, but you can kind of minimize that if you take like maybe a cotton round, or ShopMissA has like these little powder puffs that you could get. Mine's Laura Mercier. You could just pop that in there and it will help reduce the amount of kickback that you get from this powder, so that you don't feel like you're wasting it. And, you know, for the sake of this, because I already have it in my hand, I'm just going to use the Laura Mercier powder puff to just bake under my eyes and on my smile line area. Oh, also, the upper lip creases like no other. I have never experienced foundation that creases on my upper lip as much as this does. I don't know why, but it's not cute. So now that this is sitting on the face, I'm gonna go in with the brows. And by the way, I don't think I've ever experienced major flashback from these. I mean, there could be a little bit of brightness when I do flash, but I'm not gonna consider that flashback. I consider flashback as something that is just extremely white. You could definitely see the markations of where I applied it, but this one kind of just gives me a little bit of brightness there when I do take flash photos. So I'm not gonna consider that flashback. I'm just gonna consider it brightening. I did run out of my Makeup Revolution brow pencil, and I do have my other Makeup Revolution brow product, the Brow Revolution, but I really don't want to use it today because I want to do like more of a natural brow. So I'm just gonna go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz today. Sorry, you guys see me use those a lot, so just give me a break for today. I just want the littlest amount of product in my brow. So I'm literally just going to feather this through the ends of my brow and then comb it out. Oh, this is my bad brow right now. I'm waiting to get my brows done. I don't want to do it just yet. Now that we have the brows on the face, let's go into the eyeshadow palette. Today I have the brand new Tasty Pizza palette, and I am excited to get into this. But can I be honest? It was kind of a disappointment when I actually looked inside this palette. I just feel like the color scheme could be a little bit better. I feel like there's just so many things that I would have changed. I definitely think Hawaiian up here, which is like a burnt orange, should have been more of like a yellow to represent like the pineapple on the pizza, because that's kind of what differentiates pineapple pizza from everything else. Olive should have been more of like olive green or an actual black. This one is more of a dark brown. Extra cheese, I mean, it's like a lime green. I don't know how I feel. And then there's just a lot of cooler tones in here, and I feel like when I eat pizza, I eat something that's kind of bright or more of like a nude tone. So just seeing something like this is a little bit more different than what I was personally anticipating. But we will do a cool tone look today because I haven't done one in quite a while, and I'm wearing a gray shirt today. So we're just gonna try and match my shirt. We're going to start off with the shade Mozzarella, and we are going to apply this all over the lid to make sure that the concealer is set. I'm starting off with Primo, which is a light lavender type shade, and this is going to be my transition for the other colors that I will be applying today. I'm going to grab this onto a big blending brush, and we're just going to evenly disperse this all over the eyelid area. Honestly, for a pastel, this isn't looking too bad. It is pretty light, but it's not really that patchy. So far, so good, especially for a light shade. So I'm thinking of Margarita and a little bit of Need. And Need is a shimmer, so I kind of wanted to mattify it down with that Margarita shade. And we are going to do a halo eye today. So I'm starting in the inner corner, and I'm taking this on a flat blending brush. Then we're going to take this on the outer corner, and we are going to connect the two but leave the middle empty. I've actually never used this palette before. I have used some of their other new palettes. I wanted to save this one for the video because I kind of wanted to, I don't know, do something a little different, you know what I mean? So far this is what it looks like. It is kind of shimmery, but we're doing something different, you know. To be honest, halo eyes are so tricky for me because some days I feel like, oh my god, I could totally rock a halo eye, and then some days I'm like, nah, cut crease for me. Like, I'm totally in my cut crease zone. I could do it in like a few minutes, the whole eye look, and it's just easy to me. And I just feel like halos take so much longer. You have to definitely take a lot of time to blend everything out, and there's just something about it that is so hard for me. I'm going to take more of a pencil brush, and I'm thinking taking Deep Dish, which is a dark satin brown. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. That is not a good idea. Let's go into a matte brown. So we're going to take a Stone Baked. Let me just rub this off a little. And that's going to be the matte brown right in the corner. And we are going to deepen this up. So we're pretty much just going in the exact same formation as the other two shades. But this one is just going to really deepen up the entire thing. Okay, so I got sick of blending Primo because it wasn't really helping, so I'm just taking Margarita and applying it literally on top of everything that we did here. And I'm going in that same halo motion around the center of my eye, just so it's easier for me to blend. My patience is running thin. It's a thin line right now. So I'm just going to do whatever works for me and makes this process easier. She's patchy. I'm just gonna go right on top of Neapolitan because this, you know, it has to go. Oh, sorry I was so far from the camera. I was really focusing. I had no time. I was like, this has to be applied. My patience is paper thin. Well, this is kind of disappointing. This is not what I wanted. This was not what was pictured in my mind, but it's okay. We'll definitely save it, like I always do. Because I am the real superhero. You know what I mean? And then with that pencil brush again, we're just gonna lightly tap and blend. So to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this eye for you, and then I'll just do whatever is on this eye off camera so that I'm not wasting your guys' time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open one of their brand new eyeliners. This is called their Flicked and Correct. It's their dual liner and corrector pen. This is a felt tip liner. She's not the blackest liner that I've used, but I mean, it does the job. Now let's see about this wing. Okay, listen. How close can I get to the camera? Do you see right there how there's no product? I can continue to build and it's just moving it around, and then it continues to take it off in small chunks. So it's not like the finest line. Being that I'm so particular with my eyeliners, I don't think I would recommend this one, because there are better liners on the market and there are better ones with more pigment, and there are brush tip eyeliners on the market. So I don't think this one is the one for me, and I cannot fill in that one spot. It's not working out. I need another eyeliner. I think the problem is that it's not inky enough. I think that might be it, because the felt tip actually bends and it feels nice on the eyes, but I don't know if there's enough product to make the wing stand out. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna take Olive and line it right on that lash line. And then I'm gonna use Margarita to blend it. And before I go into the rest of my face, I'm wearing the Melissa lashes by ShopMissA A. Something super dainty, super cute. So Makeup Revolution now has a brow gel. They sent me the clear one, so I'm just gonna be using that to pretty much fluff up my brows. This is one of the only brow gels that I've used that doesn't have any pigment to the actual brow gel. And I'm saying that because I've used Boy Brow, I've used ColourPop Brow Boss, and all of the clear translucent ones have a white tint to it. And this literally has no color, but I definitely feel my brows holding in place. So if you're looking for something literally clear, a literal clear brow gel, this one might be it. This is my first time using this. I forgot I even had this. I just dug it out. I'm pretty sure this is a new item as well. This is called the Blush and Lift Liquid Blush, and this has iced wine extracts that provide an instant and visible lift. I have the shade Harmony. Now, these, I have so much to say. These are a liquid blush. Now tell me why in all of the blush shades the actual product does not match the tone on the box. So I expected this one to be a hot pink. This is a light mauve. And then I have another color here called Bliss, and this is supposed to be a kind of pinky berry tone, but in real life it's just more of a darker mauve. So it's kind of difficult to choose if there are no testers out, but I have used this maybe like a couple times. I don't know how many times, like a handful. And it comes in the same packaging as the concealer. So I'm just gonna do 2 dots on one cheek, and I want you guys to look at this. Where did it go? And it's the same thing for the other shade. Where did it go? It just made my cheek look a little bit more shiny. To be quite honest, there is just like such little pigment in this, and I mean that's a great thing if you don't love pigmented blushes, but I mean, come on, 2 dots, that should give me a lot of pigment. Honestly, that should be more than enough. But I just just feel like it blends into the skin, which is a good thing. And ew, it takes off the foundation underneath for sure, because right in this area you could see there's just like a missing patch. So I don't really like these. I've just grown to just say, you know what, these are a pass, but I'm still gonna move on, finish my face. I wanted to just show you guys why I didn't really like it, as opposed to just saying I don't like it. But that's my reason. Now the next thing that I have is the Roxi Contour and Highlight Palette, and this one comes with 8 different shades, 4 mattes, 4 shimmers, and I am living for this. I think I love how versatile this is, because you could use this as eyeshadows for the face and honestly for the body if you need to. I'm also going to drag this up towards my cheek because I don't really feel like adding another blush. And I'm going to drag a little bit on nose as well. I love how these highlighters don't really accentuate a lot of my pores or any texture that I have. It kind of just applies, and that's what I like. It's a little bit, I guess, harder pressed in the pan, but once you apply it, it just looks buttery and nice. We are almost done. I have an assortment of lip products here. These ones are their new neutral satin matte lipsticks. These are just bullet lipsticks. I have a variety of nudes here and then some bold vampy colors that are perfect for fall. So I'm thinking I wanted to do a little bit more like a darker lip color, because why not? I've just been doing so many nudes. So I'm thinking maybe Thirst. I just feel like the exterior color just never really matches the lipstick, so I'm more so confused. Okay, so this one is in the shade Velvet. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it. It is getting too hot with my hair down. I have to put it up. I am so sorry. But I wanted to end this video on a positive note. So I did, you know, not like a couple things, but I did want to mention that I do like the Roxi palette. I do really like the brow gel. The lipstick has a really nice formula, almost like a MAC lipstick formula. It feels so soft on the lips. It doesn't feel crusty at all. The powders are amazing, both the Bacon Blot and the loose powder. Really, really good stuff. So I really recommend you picking those up. As far as everything else, I still don't really know my exact opinion on the palette, the primer. I have to work it with other foundations to really tell you guys how I really enjoy it. And then as far as that, I think that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.